of them are just starting in this business, but they all have something in common, and it's the faith and the belief of what we have here as a family, as a company.
Awesome. Are you ready? No. No.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Okay, depending on how they do this next one is if we share the good tip or the bad tip. Did you get that? We've got 2 tips to share. Either you get the success one or, the one we give to, people that aren't excited. Are you ready? Okay, so the first person we're going to talk to is Dee Brooks. Yeah.
Hello.
Just to share a little, she has lost over 176 pounds. She used to own a fitness studio. Could you share with us today?
Hey guys, I'm Dee Brooks. I'm Presidential Diamond, Greer, South Carolina. I've been with the business about 3.5 years. So I used to be the girl that's watching y'all right now, so remember that. I was 318 pounds at my largest that I will admit to. No, but I was size 24. I was scared. I was lost. And I had just basically kind of got sick of being sick and tired. And I decided to make a change. I started moving more and eating less. I got into Zumba, and that led me to open up a fitness studio. That was in 2011. And guys, it was a $33,000 investment that I borrowed from my grandparents, and it went bankrupt. 3.5 years later, and it was just, it was like my dream had got just kind of crushed. And I couldn't understand why I had went through all that to get to where I was. And then I finally realized through that whole time frame, I got introduced to the wraps. I lost all the weight, so I had loose skin. No matter how much I worked out, the skin was skin. And I'll never forget that she brought it up, so I reached out. And because of the wraps, that saved my skin. I've never had skin surgery. They do work if you use them right. I was the one that said, I don't want to sell it, I just want to buy them. I was probably the most skeptical person, and look where I'm at now.
Awesome. Okay, so now that you're at the top, would you share with us a tip that's actually growing your business by leaps and bounds right now?
So the biggest thing I've been working on really this year is growing my network. And I'll kind of use an analogy I think we can all kind of relate to. Just think about it like, okay, so we're in this room right here. We got a lot of seats. But if you were like, I love Carrie Underwood, so I'm going to use her as an example. So Carrie Underwood, if you're listening, you need some reps. But no, my reason for saying that is, guys, think about, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is, you want people to hear your story. And if you were Carrie Underwood or whoever your favorite singer is, if you've got a concert and you're doing a show, you want all 5,000 seats filled, right? So if you're on social media, I'm using Facebook as an example, you have a 5,000 max spot. You want to fill those. Your music, her music, is her story. It's her why. And that's exactly what you're sharing every single day. So the more people that hear it, the more people that you share it with, those are the people that are going to come in contact with you. That girl that's scared to reach out, she won't be able to reach out unless you grow your network to find her.
So how do we fill it?
So one of the things I've been doing a lot is, started noticing I was getting added to a lot of boutique groups, which I love because I buy a lot of stuff from them. And I would watch and I would see that, first of all, I looked and I was in 60 boutique groups that I didn't even know I'd been added to. And my notifications were going off like crazy. And they were like, you see them post something. For example, I had one that was 17,000 women in it. And she would post a t-shirt. And she didn't tell you what it was made of, how it ran. It was just cute. And people were like, PayPal me, Venmo, PayPal, Venmo, PayPal. And I'm like, wait a minute. These are women that are already familiar with buying online. They're okay with it. They don't even ask questions. They just want the shirt. And so I started friending all those people. And then once they would accept, I would friend their friends to build mutuals. And before you know it, you're building networks all over the world. These boutiques are in all kinds of countries. So that's one of my biggest things that I've started really focusing on is just, you're in groups already. So use these groups that you're already a part of to, they're relatable.
Yeah. As a man, when I hear that, I don't want to go out and join a bunch of boutique groups. But like she said, there are groups that are specific to you and the type of people that are drawn to you. So make sure those are the groups that you're in, that you're friending people in. Don't go bombard every single boutique group. Make it about you. Thank you, Dee.
Thank you.
Wow, that is amazing. Thank you. Okay, Rodrigo is coming today and representing Mexico, and he has a great team along with him. Rodrigo, as we talked before, Rodrigo has been in this industry for quite some time. He's been always an entrepreneur. And he told me something that it was really, really nice to hear. Like, he was waiting for 3 years until he found Edwards, and he decided that this is what he was going to be calling home. So, Rodrigo, share a little bit about yourself and give us a great tip of how are you building this beautiful Mexico.
Ok. ¿Me escuchan bien?
In
Bien,
Spanish.
Pues, en español ahora. ¿Les parece bien? Ok. Sí, como dijo Margarita, hemos estado en la industria de redes por ya algunos años, pero después de la última oportunidad que no nos fue muy bien, con Itzel decidimos esperar y emprendimos otro tipo de negocios. Pero cuando regresas a los negocios tradicionales, después de haber hecho redes de mercadeo, dices, esto no es para mí, ¿no? Entonces, Alex, que conozco desde hace 10 años, se acercó y me dijo, Rodrigo, tengo que hablar contigo ahora mismo, porque tenemos algo muy, muy, muy especial que está sucediendo y te lo quiero platicar, ¿no? Entonces, yo le platiqué a Itzel, de hecho, cuando Alejandro me estaba platicando de Eatworks, del corazón, de la oportunidad que venía, yo ya estaba haciendo llamadas, la pierna estaba así como, ya para empezar, me urgía en la sangre volver a hacer esto y parecía que Eatworks podría ser casa. Y cuando le dije a Itzel, muchas personas se quejan de que tienen una pareja que dice que no. Acá Itzel me dice que sí, siempre, entonces siempre me ha apoyado. Y cuando Itzel me dice, sí, vamos, entonces crea como más responsabilidad, ¿no? Porque tenemos 6 hijos entre los dos y nos dimos cuenta en febrero y no sabíamos cuándo iba a iniciar Eatworks en México, no sabíamos qué productos, no sabía cuándo y cuánto iba a costar, pero sabíamos que la visión era como la que estábamos buscando. Entonces dejamos todo y empezamos a construir y bueno, ha sido todo una bendición.
Wow. Well, he is a great interpreter, but I'm going to do my best now. Well, as he said, he has a great wife. And because of his wife and because of she said yes, right now they're together here living this dream. And he has a great friend, Alex. That we met Alex yesterday here in the panels, in the training. And the two of them started this adventure without the knowledge of the product, the prices, nothing. You didn't have anything, just eager to say, yes, we'll do it, we love it. And they were visiting places just with the package of the wrap, not even the wrap, but saying like, this is great, you should try it, jump with us, we're gonna take it and we're gonna have it soon, pretty soon, but you gotta be part of our team. So that's the way they did it and they started, and Itzel has been a crucial part of this team. They are all working together, dreaming together, and helping a lot of people during this journey. And something that, well, Rodrigo didn't say it today, but I wanna share it. It's so important for you guys to know that Mexico, and it's something that is driving them every place they go. Mexico monthly income is really low. So to provide this opportunity for them is a life-changing. Giving them the opportunity to to become a Ruby is giving them the opportunity to become sometimes millionaires, living the best life, and dreaming so high that they can never think back and say like, we're gonna do something else. We're gonna love what we do and live through this dream forever.
Awesome. Thank you, Rodrigo. I also, you could pre-enroll in Mexico. So when Mexico opened in 6 days, this guy was presidential. So can you imagine waking up with a new presidential 6 days later? That's for you. Okay. So Rochelle Coakley. You guys, last year this girl was top 150, and this year she's in the running for going to Costa Rica. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a presidential diamond. You've been in the company 3 years, and share your top tip.
Okay, perfect. Well, actually, we weren't in top 150
You
last
weren't?
year. We were not even.
Okay, how
on the
many of you are
radar.
not in top 150 yet? Raise your hand.
You will be sitting here next year.
You could be.
Okay, so I'm Rochelle Coakley. I'm a presidential diamond from Oregon. I've been in the company for 3 years now. And because of It Works, when my daughter was born 15 months ago, she's right back there. I think I see her waving at me. 15 months ago, her daddy got to come home from construction, and he's never been back. We've been a full-time family ever since. And the best part is that for the last 6 months, we've actually been traveling the country in our toy hauler RV. So we made it all the way from Oregon to Florida. We are loving it, every minute of it. So that's what It Works has done for us. And my biggest tip for you guys is making your coffee on social. And some of you have already seen me talk about this before, but it's so important because okay, how many of you out here are making your coffee already or on the live stream? Like, how many of you are already making your coffee every single day? Exactly. So why in the world are you not making your coffee in front of all of your followers? It's so simple because I tell my new distributors too, if you're too afraid to talk about what the coffee is, maybe you don't know what to say yet, and I'll get to that in just a second. But like, just put it on. Hands-free on Instagram is so easy to set up. I literally put my phone just like up against the wall or up on a canister of chocolate greens or whatever. You don't need a tripod. It's so simple. And you just put it on yourself. You hit the hands-free. It's not even live, you guys, so you can edit it. If you mess up or say something wrong, you can go back through, and that's what I love about it. So I make my coffee every day. And if you can't talk about it right away, then just make it and put some music to it. People are gonna message you and say what's she doing? What are you making? I'm curious about this. And maybe you're gonna say like you've lost some weight, like write it on the story there while the music is playing attached to it. Whatever it is, that sparks their curiosity. But for me, in January I started this. So I had my baby girl back in May of last year. And I've lost 45 pounds since I've had her, and all I have done, thank you, all I have done is replace my coffee every single day. So in January, or replace my breakfast, excuse me, with my coffee. So in January I started this, and I just started making my coffee every day. When I say every day, you guys, my fiance said I had to say this. So when I mean every day, I mean every single day. We went on a weekend trip away, and we were riding dirt bikes, and we had absolutely no service, okay? So I made my coffee on a regular, like just a video, and I rode my dirt bike 20 minutes away to upload my story of making coffee. Now, okay, here is why this is so important. That day, out riding dirt bikes, when we stopped for lunch, we had service, and I signed up a loyal customer for keto coffee and chocolate greens from my story that morning. So when I say be consistent with it, I mean, even if you feel like you're saying it every single day, that's okay because you're always growing your network, like Dee said. And you're always talking to new people, and you never know who just had a baby or who wants to lose weight or who wants more focus and clarity. It's not just for weight loss, you know? So make your coffee every day. And the 4 tips the 4 things that I say is how much weight I've lost. It's a meal replacement for me for my breakfast. I'm not on a keto diet. It has MCT oil, grass-fed butter, and collagen, so it's helped my skin. And that's it. I tell them what it's done for me, and then I say swipe up and type coffee, and I'll tell you all about it every single day.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Wow. Okay, Kyler, you're gonna love this story. Gisette Betancourt. Her life has changed tremendously in the past 2 years. From moving states, buying a new house, new car, dream car, and especially living the full-time life as a family. It's amazing. So Gisette, she has a great tip for us to share.
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Giselle. Mi nombre es Giselle Betancourt, soy presidencial Diamond con Edwards, tengo 2 años en la compañía y nos ha cambiado la vida completamente. Somos papás a tiempo completo, compramos nuestra casa de ensueño, algo increíble que jamás imaginamos en tan poquito tiempo. Y estoy súper orgullosa de toda mi comunidad latina, que día a día crecemos y crecemos. Y sabemos que apenas es el comienzo. El mejor tip que yo les puedo dar es tírense a Facebook Live, porque es una forma maravillosa de interactuar con tu gente, de que la gente conecte contigo, te conozcan, sepan tus virtudes tanto como tus defectos, porque para ser exitoso no necesitas ser perfecto, necesitas tener las ganas, la convicción, el deseo de salir adelante y de ayudar a muchísima gente a lograr lo mismo.
So share a little bit about your daily journal to achieve this dream. What do you do?
Sí, yo todos los días conecto con mi gente por Facebook Live, muestro mis productos, cómo yo los uso todos los días, trabajo con mi esposo, él los hace conmigo diariamente, somos un equipo, una pareja y deseamos que muchísimos papás vengan a casa con sus hijos y que se den cuenta de la gran oportunidad que tienen acá, porque te puede cambiar la vida. El solo decir sí, el solo tomar la decisión de hacer algo diferente, de salir de tu zona de confort, puede cambiarte la vida, así como lo hizo con nosotros en solamente 2 años.
So Facebook Lives is the way to go. At least 3 times a week, that's what they do as a family. They always do it together. They always bring this big smile, making their coffee, sharing their time with their kids, and always being present.
Wonderful. Tiara Tilley, she's our triple diamond on our panel today. You're from Virginia. She's got some followers here. And, you know, Rochelle was talking about going live every single day for coffee, and I know she's doing a lot of messaging to follow up with those people. You're going to actually teach us about messaging today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your tip.
Hi, everyone. I am Tiara Tilley. I'm a triple diamond leader, as he stated. I got started with the business 3 years ago with the goal of bringing in an extra $500 for my family. I was working in the field of social work. I was also back in school working on my doctorate at the time, thinking that that would get me ahead. And nothing seemed promising, switching jobs, trying to find better pay, a less stressful job, and I just couldn't get there. So I learned about the business on Facebook, got started. My first year in the business, I went double diamond. My husband went diamond. I left my full-time job and have not looked back. So I'm at home now with my 4-year-old and 11. How I got connected with the business through social media, so they're understanding like, oh, well, she learned about it on social media as well. And from there, I am telling them the steps to success, what the business has done for me, and I'm always ending my calls with a, are you ready to get started today? If their response is no, I have to get a follow-up date. I'm not hanging up without a follow-up date or an enrollment date for their payday. So that's my tip.
Awesome. That's
Thank you.
good. Write it down and do it.
And last but not least, never least, Viviana. Viviana Alvarez has been with us over a year. And she's a single mom working really, really hard and strategic this business. And she has fulfilled one of the biggest dreams the past months, and it's to help her mom to build her house in Cuba. That is amazing. So Viviana, tell us a little bit about your story and your best tip.
Hola, ¿dónde están mis latinos? Mi nombre es Viviana Álvarez, soy Presidencial Diamante. Llevo ya 1 año y 7 meses en esta maravillosa compañía que me dio la oportunidad de ser emigrante. Soy cubana, me alejé de mis costumbres, me alejé de mi familia, me alejé de mis seres queridos y me dio la oportunidad de acogerme a este país con el sueño americano de verdad. Me dio la oportunidad de soñar. Desgraciadamente los latinos muchas veces perdemos lo que es el sueño, perdemos porque nos acostumbramos a que simplemente nacemos, crecemos, trabajamos y nos ponen horarios, nos ponen un precio a nuestro tiempo y esta compañía nos brinda esta oportunidad de que simplemente no hay precio a nuestro tiempo, simplemente somos los que trabajamos, somos los que ayudamos a otras personas a crecer también. Mi mayor tips para todos ustedes que quieran crecer su negocio, que quieran llevarlo a otro nivel, es simplemente tomen acción de su equipo, tomen acción de lo que es como tal su Facebook, su Instagram, su social media, hagan live, hagan historias, muestren en sus historias quiénes son ustedes realmente. Las personas no quieren ver una persona falsa o una vida perfecta. Las personas quieren ver allá afuera una vida real. Eso es lo que quieren ver las personas como tal. Muestren producto, muestren antes y después, muestren de verdad qué puede lograr un latino, sobre todo nosotros los latinos que estamos creciendo esta comunidad, qué puede lograr con esta compañía, que más que una oportunidad para mí es una bendición.
Wow. Well, she's sharing that true stories to Facebook, Instagram Lives. That's the way she's been connecting to people, being real, showing them that she is real, that she lives as everybody else, the normal life, mom running with her errands, her kids, and showing them that the products work and inviting them to connect with her and to experience the same. And I just want to go back just a bit with Rodrigo. His team has one of the greatest goals for Mexico for the next year, and they have an exact number. Rodrigo, you want to share with us? You can do it both English and Spanish really quick.
All right, I'll do it in English, all right? But that goal just changed yesterday because I met Nina. Where's Nina? All right, this lady made us change our goal because when we were planning with Alex, like you said, the minimum wage in Mexico, it's $4.7 a day. Did you know that? The average wage is like $200 or $300 a month. So you help a Ruby, someone go Ruby, and that completely changes their lives, their families' lives, you know? So when we got with Alex, we said, listen, we need to do this to help at least 10,000 families go Ruby, all right? Because when you get a goal so much greater than you, that gives you the chills, then you start working, right? Then you can't find any excuses because how can I not get up and do my thing because there are 10,000 families waiting for us, right? But this girl, Nina, it gets up in a dinner last night and she says, we're gonna help millions of families. And I was like, all right, my mind was so small because she made me realize that we are like 200 million citizens in Mexico. So why help only 10,000 families when we can go for millions?
Dude, I can't believe that. They make $4 a day.
I can.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I thought recording this section would be good.
Thank you for following your gut, Mary.
Cause I need you here with me.
This is not where you jump from.
I think I see your face in every place that I go.
Hello, 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 get on your feet! Stand up, stand up! Stand up if you want to make money!
Who wants to say yes more?
Yes!
Who wants to increase your check?
Yes! Who wants to go debt-free?
Yes!
Come on, why don't you slap a couple people high five and just say ching ching?
Yes, we are. Thank you. You guys go ahead and sit down as you do that. Go ahead and take a seat. We are so honored to be here with you today. We are Ashley and Jason Mayfield, and our life looks a lot different than it did 3 years ago. 3 years ago, my husband was a full-time pastor on staff at a church, and I was a full-time retail manager where I was overworked and underpaid, working 50 to 60 hours a week, but only being paid 40. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I was working 50 to 60 hours, but they only paid me for 40. We were tired, we were stressed, and we had no idea how bad we were drowning in debt because I was actually the responsible one. I ignored all the 1-800 numbers, and I ripped up the debt bills that came in the mail. And it wasn't until I started following a total stranger on Instagram that she showed me what was possible. She showed me that this company could bring me freedom. So I joined. My first event was Green Carpet 2016, where I sat on the floor in the back wondering how I'd ever get on this stage. And here we are less than 3 years from that moment. We are Ambassador Diamonds, top income earners. We are 100% debt-free. We paid off $63,801.99. Yes, yes, yes. And today, we want to help each and every one of you win with money.
So before we do that, will you help me welcome to the stage our friends Eliana Rodriguez and Aaron Tweed?
Yes!
Every day, you're saying the words that I want you to say. There's a pain in my heart.
So today we are going to talk about how we make money.
Yeah, let's put that slide up there.
How we make money. How we make money.
Woo!
And we do that a few ways. We do that through selling samples and getting cash. Who likes cash? We do that through creating residual income. We do that through one of my personal favorites, fast start bonuses. We also do that through our leadership bonuses and listen now, we do that through the promotional bonuses and the incentives, such as the incentive trip that's coming up.
Who's excited?
Yeah.
So
now here's the deal. We're going to slam about, 2 days worth of information into 20 minutes. So here's what we're not going to do. We are not going to share with you our best tips. Everybody say, "Aw." What we are going to do is we are going to inspire you. We're going to get real with you. We are about to show you behind the scenes how to make money. Are you excited about that? Here's the deal, though. Before we do that, compliance would like me to remind you that these results are not typical. Everyone will not have these results. However, anyone can have these results, and you have to decide in here today, are you everyone or are you anyone?
Oh, yes. So the first way that you have the ability to make money with our company is by selling samples. Does anybody wave at me if you've made any money from selling samples? I love that. I love that. Now, what I love most about selling samples is maybe someone's not ready to be a distributor yet, or someone's not ready to be a customer, but that doesn't mean that you can't get the product in front of them. If there are any products that are individually packaged, you have the ability to sell that. So you notice what I just said? I said individually packaged. Don't be putting no 5 TFX in a Ziploc bag trying to put that in the mailbox. We don't do that. That looks weird, okay? So if the product has the nutritional label on it, go ahead and you're fine. If it doesn't have the nutritional label on it, make sure that you print that out from either your website or eSuite. That way you're sending that information with them. We're not going to get too much into that just because I know, shout out Pam Souter, Show Me the Money Call on Monday night with Ambassador Diamond, Amanda Boucher. They just did a phenomenal job explaining all of that. So make sure you're resourceful. But what I love is how many people, not only in this room, but are watching us live right now from home that have been able to make cash. One of my favorite ways that we teach our tribe is to make sure that you're running that 80 BV auto ship. And of course, we know right now 500 points for 125. Lord of mercy. All right. Make sure you get that set up by the 25th because you want them 500. And, you can make sure that you're selling samples. That way it kind of rinses and repeats, pays for your auto ship. We have some people in the audience right now that have killed it in sample sales.
Hello.
Hello. We have Triple Diamond. Emily Roby just made $300 this week. Yeah, give it up for her. Emily, where are you at? Stand up. Stand up, Emily. Made
Oh, there she is, right
$300
there.
this week. All right, she's focusing on paying off credit cards. We have Emerald leader Libby Rusev. I apologize. Stand up if I said your name, Libby. All right, just made $100 this month. She actually used it to get to this event, which is pretty good. And we have Double Diamond. Where are you at? Michelle Martinson made $193.
Right there.
And my favorite part is when she asked what is she going to use it for, she said, and I quote, whatever I feel like. Boom, boom. I love it. The next way that we get paid is residual income. And I've got Ambassador Diamond Erin Tweed looking like a snack up here. Give it up for her. Girlfriend.
I can't handle that.
Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, so Erin, real quick breakdown. What is residual income and what has it done for you up until 2019?
So residual income, and we talked about this, in preparation, and the one word that comes is freedom income. I was a nurse working full-time. I joined this business for $500 extra a month to help with childcare. And along the way, we've gone through ups and downs and different things. This business, through residual income, has allowed us to pay cash for IVF through our infertility struggles and all of the treatments that have gone through that, building our dream home and so much more. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about, our recent journey.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. How many of you guys love that the residual income over and over and over can go to things that like life things? I love that. So in the past year, you've had a huge moment where residual income has just made an impact and has benefited you massively. Can you walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, and I'm sorry because this is still very fresh. So after IVF, we found out that we were pregnant with a surprise baby. So God has a sense of humor in giving us our baby bear. That's what we call him. And we found out last November that he was going to be born with cleft lip and cleft palate. And so we knew that was going to be surgeries, treatments, everything. But because of this business and the work that we've done for the past 5 years, I got to shift my focus and full focus, be a mom, provide him with the best surgeon, provide him with the best treatment. So that meant driving an hour and a half to and from the med center in Houston. And then, recently when he had his surgery July 2nd, and we paid cash for his procedure. And so when the hospital called and they said, your patient balance, we're expecting it to be $52,000. Your portion is going to be $18,910.62. Are you sure that you still want to go through? And I said, where do I pay? And that's... But I think about it, when I'm on these pages, I'm on Cleft Mom support pages, and a mom was just talking about how she got denied for assistance because she made too much. She made more than $2,000 a month, but they couldn't get assistance in paying for their procedures. And so that's, to me, residual income is to be able to provide the utmost best care for my babies, and to think I joined for $500 extra dollars a month. There's somebody in the audience that you don't know what God has planned for you 5 years down the road. I would have never imagined this was our journey, but I'm thankful that I said yes 5 years ago because I have the option to do that today.
Oh my goodness, I love that. So real quick, I'm just going to go off the script real quick and we'll end it with this. How just knowing the possibilities of what this business could do, how do you feel? Like, walk me just through real quick. How do you feel knowing that you have been able to do this and you have the power to help someone else do this?
You know, the biggest thing, obviously with like cleft lip and cuff palate, that for him, it's like, I wanted him to be old, and when he's older, to look back and be like, my mom and dad did the absolute best thing that they could for me at that time, and because of what they did, they were able to provide the best treatment. So my goal is to just, maybe it's your baby's not going to be born with that, but maybe you're going to go through something, and you want to be able to be a good steward of your money. You want to be able to have the option to provide the care for your babies, because most of the time we join this business because of our babies, and you don't want it to become your excuse. You want it to become the reason that drives you every single day. And you know, we talked about it. He's not done having surgery, so I'm hustling hard because I know I'm going to have to shift my focus when he has his palate repair. I know I'm going to have to shift my focus when he has other procedures. And so, I mean, residual income to me, like I said, is freedom. It is absolute and utter freedom.
And if there's one person sitting in the audience today or watching us by live stream that is hearing this and they're like, man, it sounds so good, but they're scared to go all in, what would you say to them?
It's just time, because you don't want to sit back and look. I never wanted to sit back and regret not going after it, because I didn't want to ever look at him and be like, well, we couldn't pay $3,500 for this NAM device, which is a nasal molding device that we were able to provide for him, and that's typically not covered by insurance because it's considered dental. And so I didn't want to do that when it was going to give him the best results. So I just always think about that type of thing, like, I don't want to ever say no. I want to give them the best results and the best care that we can possibly provide, and I don't care what it would take. We're going to just keep going. So now is your time to jump in, whatever that all-in thing might be for you. Now is your time to just take that leap, because, like I said, you don't know what God has for you 5 years, 10 years down the road.
Now, residual income is one of the greatest gifts that It Works gives us. But sometimes you could consider that long-term money. You're going to build that over the long haul where that residual income is going to be really good. But how many of you want to get your check up right now? You want to make some money this month, right? One of the best ways to do that is with Fast Start bonuses. Now, Eliana,
Jason.
you are the queen of Fast Start bonuses. We were talking on the phone the other day, and you had me blowed away with some of this stuff. That's how country I got right there. You had me blowed away, okay? So really quickly, will you just explain what a Fast Start bonus is?
Absolutely. So first, real quick though, ¿Dónde están mis latinos? So, okay, I just had to give a quick little shout out to my Latino team, but okay, so Fast Start, you guys, it's super, super simple, and I was just talking to Ashley about it. Just super, super simple. You enroll a distributor, and that distributor gets their first 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days, and you just earned yourself a $100 Fast Start. And the best thing that I love about this is that you can control it, you guys. You guys can pay yourself as many Fast Starts as you want every single month, regardless of what rank you are. And that's what I love about it. You literally can just make unlimited Fast Starts every single week.
That's incredible. So you're saying that someone could come in as a distributor right now and make some for real money?
Absolutely. You could be a distributor rank and you could already be making thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars?
As a distributor!
As a distributor? Hello, somebody. Okay, so we talked the other day. Now, you're going to get me excited. I'm going to be running around. I'm probably going to act a fool here in a second because you had me pumped when we talked the other day. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions, but I got to say, these are not typical results. But they are possible results. How much money is the most money you've ever made in a month from Fast Start bonuses?
Close to $5,000 in 1 month.
That's gold, you guys.
Wow.
What do you actually aim for every month? What's the reasonable thing that you're going for every month?
Actually, when I first started, matter of fact, when I first, I guess, understood what a fast start was, I've always made it a goal to just at least shoot for $1,000 a month. And I mean, there's months where we consistently pay for our mortgage with just fast starts, and the rest just goes to, straight to the bank account, you guys. And with fast starts, I like to tie it up with our travels, with our goals, with little things. And I know we're gonna go right into that in a little bit, but debt was a big one as well. But I just love that you can just do whatever you want with those fast starts, and they can just get you going, those little short-term goals, and then you just get it going.
And $1,000 a month is helping 10 new distributors get launched within their first 30 days, getting launched well.
Yes, that's at least 1,000 that I like to aim for.
Oh,
I like more than that.
Oh, yeah, come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Speaking of more than that, you guys went debt-free. How much money did you pay off in debt?
So between my husband and I, we paid over $55,000 of debt with fast starts. Yes, a lot of it too with income, but fast starts played the biggest role in that.
And how quickly did you do that?
So we did that within a year, and we actually did that with I teach my team this all the time. You guys, all I did was I took out a notebook and I wrote down all of my debt, literally every single loan and credit card, and right next to it, I put the amount of distributors that I needed. And that's just like a little quick tip I'll go in there. But for example, a $500 card, a $500 credit card that you have, I would put 5 distributors that I needed a fast start right next to it. And I filled an entire page, you guys, because it was a lot of debt that my husband and I had. And by the end of that page, I had highlighted every single credit card and loan, and we had paid off all of our credit card debt, all of our loans, and that took us right into presidential without even me realizing it technically, because I was so obsessed with just paying off our debt.
And you said it took less than a year?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, give it up for her. Give it up for her.
Man.
Wow.
Less than a year.
$5,000.
You know, one of the things that I really like, I listen to a national radio show every week with a guy who helps people go debt-free. And sometimes I get on there and I hear people talk about, it took us, 6 years to pay off $7,000 in debt. And I'm like, 6 years? I don't have 6 years to do this. I want to do it now. One of the great things about It Works is it gives us the opportunity to go debt-free and to go debt-free quickly. But one of the best ways to do it even faster is by going diamond.
Yes. Where are all my diamonds and above? Make some noise. Come on now. Now, if you are not diamond, if you are emerald and below, you matter, okay? So I want you to listen. I'm going to be teaching you some stuff. When you reach the rank of diamond, you have the ability to earn 2 additional bonuses. You unlock the entire compensation plan, and I get real geeked about it because there are 2 ways that you can control your income. The first way is by our leadership bonuses. Now, if you a little OG, we used to call these cabs. But do you guys love the new simplified compensation plan the company made in February? Yes, it's the same 3 legs that take you Ruby, take you all the way to Ambassador Diamond. So we know that when you reach the rank of diamond, you start making, per our income disclosure, you make an average of $2,000 a month. But here's what happens. You start making more money for doing the same work you've already done. So when you go diamond, we call it coding, but I'm going to call it a stamp because I think everybody knows what a stamp is. And so when you go diamond, the moment your eSuite clicks diamond, your account is stamped. You are eligible for leadership bonuses. And there's 2 ways. Give it up, more money. There's 2 ways that you can earn these, okay? The first way is you keep working. We don't stop working when we get to diamond, all right? You keep working, you do the same thing you always did. So you get these bonuses, the leadership bonus, when you enroll a distributor. So I just went diamond, boop, I got stamped, I'm eligible for these diamond bonuses. They start at $80 for each new distributor. And as you climb the ranks of each diamond level, they go up to Ambassador Diamond, $150 bonuses. Ambassadors, do you love that bonus? Woo! I know I do. So when you go diamond, You're going to keep doing what you did. You're going to fill out your steps to success. When I went diamond and I knew I got that bonus, I enrolled 7 distributors my very first month at diamond. I earned $700 in fast start bonuses like Eliana taught us, but then I earned 7 $80 bonuses on my commissions check. So I earned $700 from my weekly pay, but my commissions had an extra $560 that I was not eligible for when I was an emerald. Who wants to get to diamond and get that? All right? Now, the second way that you get it is you teach those distributors once you go diamond and continue to enroll and fill out their steps to success. So I go diamond, boop, I'm gonna enroll Erin because she's looking like a snack, and she know I looking like a snack too. And I'm gonna get, because I'm the enroller, I'm gonna get the $100 fast start bonus, and on my commissions, I'm gonna get the $80 cab. But then Erin, because she's a rock star, she's gonna enroll Eliana. Erin's gonna get the $100 fast start bonus, but guess what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get $80! And Eliana likes those fast start bonuses. She said, oh, I'm gonna give me some shmoney. And so she's gonna start enrolling all these people, and she's gonna make her thousands of dollars, not typical results, in fast start bonuses, and I'm gonna get 80, 80, 80, 80, because guess what? Your stamp transfers for every new distributor that you enroll. Pretty cool. The second way as a diamond that we earn that shmoney is by generational bonuses. You earn a generational bonus for every new diamond that pops in your organization. The bonus is a percentage of their total group volume, and the best part, if that diamond that pops, if they're your personally enrolled, that you're gonna earn a higher percentage. So I love that. You earn a higher percentage, so it pays for you to help people. So the question is, well, I'm a diamond. How do I get people to go diamond? Anyone ever wondered that? My diamonds out there? How do I get people to go diamond underneath me? Do you guys know that in your e-suite, whenever you go and look for a double diamond chart, there isn't one? You ever wondered why? Because when you go diamond, it's no longer about you. How many of you know, how many of you know we're in the business of building better humans? We're in the human business, you guys, okay? And so it is so important if you want to make an impact, because you make an impact and that's how your income increases, you are going to pop diamonds through leadership and through development. Now, in our tribe, we have something called Swim Down. Where's my tribe at? Yeah. We have something called Swim Down, and I want to leave you with this. You guys ever seen Finding Nemo? Any Disney fans? Okay. Any mamas out there? Any, whatever, lonely people? Finding Nemo. Nemo and Marlin are in that one position where all the fish are in the net, and they're trying to, the net's trying to pull them up. Have you guys ever tried to look at the next rank, and it's like climbing up in a mountain, and it's like pressure, and you're pulling people, and you're frustrated, and you wish people saw it and had it like you did? What if you were to tell, just like Nemo and Marlin, they said, swim down, just like Denise Walsh said with the compound effect, you all go in one area. What if instead of you focusing on that next rank, you turned around and started leading and developing your people, and I dare to say that starts before diamond, okay? How many executives do you need to pop to make a new diamond? How many rubies do you need to pop, okay? If you focus on making an impact, you will increase your income, okay? So 2 things in order to earn these. You want to make sure that you continue to enroll new distributors, and you're going to swim down and teach them to do the same.
Now the 5th way that we get paid is through incentives and bonuses, and we're going to have some information on incentive trips, one specifically that will be coming up soon here in a little while. Woo! So I'm not going to talk about that. Here's what I do want to talk about. What do you do with this? How do you go out there and actually do it? As a matter of fact, I believe that everybody needs a pastor. I am a pastor. If you don't have a pastor, I just became your pastor. Congratulations. And I asked the Lord, I said, how do we do something with this? And I felt like the Lord spoke to me and said, just help people get activated. Just help them get activated. I want to show you how to get activated today, okay? Are you with me? I want to talk to you about the power of one. But before I do that, I just started my business, go me, and I just signed my first 3 distributors. Will you help me welcome to the stage Alex, Felicia, and Kanani?
You're saying the
Now, this is a side note really quick. This is a side note. Got to step out of character for a second. Because of It Works, Alex actually had plastic surgery this week. You are going, oh, he put her business out there. Yeah, she just paid off her last credit card. She's credit card debt free. She cut up all that plastic. Come on, somebody. Why don't y'all head on down to the floor? So it's easy to look at a larger team, and you just heard the tribe scream. We've got a lot of people here. It's easy to look at that and go, that's great, but I don't think I can just go enroll all those people. But the fact of the matter is, it didn't start with all those people. It started with one. Joel and Steph didn't go Black Diamond off of enrolling all those people. It started with one. It started with one. When Pam went out into the field for the first time, it started with one. There is power in one. So I want you to repeat after me. Say this. Say, each one.
Each one.
Reach one.
Reach one.
That's it. That's how you do it. That's how you make all of this money. Each one, reach one. Say it again. Each one.
Each one.
Reach one.
Reach one.
Now, what do you do after you reach one? You reach one more. You reach one more. So here's what I want to do. I want us to have a little bit of a kinetic learning experience. Can we do? No, not kinetic. Kinesthetic learning experience. Vocabulary words. Yes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I've got my distributors down on the floor here that I just signed. And what they're going to do is they're going to reach out into certain sections, and they are going to reach one. When they reach you, when they touch you, I want you to stand to your feet. Stand up for me. I want you to stand up. Now, when you stand up, I want each one to reach one. But I don't want you to stop there. I don't just want you to touch one person. Why don't you just go and reach one more? Can we do that? Does that make sense? If you didn't catch it, when you get touched, stand up, touch somebody else. Now, tell me this, Joel, Steph, if I enrolled about this many people, would I be pretty good for Black Diamond? Y'all gonna help me go Black Diamond before Ashley Mayfield? Come on, somebody. Woo! We're gonna be fighting in the car on the way home. Oh, man. So when you get touched, I want you to stand up, but I want us to feel it. So every time you stand up, I want you to join into a chant. I want you to start chanting. Each one, reach one. Each one, reach one. Are you with me? Say yes. All right, this is the power of one. Each one, reach one. Each one, reach one.
You gotta move fast.
Yeah, go get and enroll some people. Come on, touch the people around you. You should touch 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 people. Come on. Each one.
Each one.
Each one. Reach
one. Each
Come on,
one.
touch somebody. Reach out and touch somebody.
Each one. Reach one.
Come on, run to the end. Run to the end. Grab somebody. Come on, once you're standing. Oh, one.
Each one. Reach one. Each one. Reach one. Each one. Reach one. Each one.
Come on, all across this place. If you believe it's possible for you, shout in this place.
We want you guys to win with money, so take the compensation plan and run. Thanks, guys.
Appropriate amount of touching? Did anybody get in an inappropriate amount of touching? No, because we are It Works, and we don't do that here. You guys, I am so excited and honored to be sharing the stage with these beautiful ladies. We have 19 minutes, 37 seconds to rock your brains out, and so here we go. You ready? We are the very last panel, I think for a reason, because while everything that you have heard today is amazing. And does it kind of feel like you've been drinking from a fire hose, right? Like just so much amazing info. If you don't put this last part into play, you are going to make this many dollars. How many of you want to make this many dollars? Should be silent. Yeah, exactly. How many of you want to make all the dollars? Yes, exactly. So, our panel is over duplication, and I can't think of two better ladies to help share the stage with this, because these ladies duplicate over and over every month. They duplicate amazing leaders, rubies, emeralds, diamonds. So ladies, why don't you share your quick because of it works, and then let's jump in.
Hi, you guys. My name is Jackie Deering. I'm a presidential from Canada. You guys. My because of it works. You guys, I joined this business 2.5 years ago, really just to make a couple $100s. And because of this business, I was able to retire myself after 5 months from both of my jobs. Retire my husband, my fiance, but I call him my husband. It's fine. After a year and a half. It's a Canadian situation. Boyfriend, husband, friend. It just depends who I'm talking to. I'm just joking. And then a year and a half, I was able to bring him home. We're now a full-time family to our two kids, and we've just been able to do things that we never ever thought was possible because of this business. So we're so grateful.
I am Christy Christensen from Las Vegas. Ooh, that's awesome. You guys, you want to be up here. It's super fun, seriously. Okay, so my because of it works is I have 4 children because of it works, because when you retire your husband home, he's home with you all the time. You get to love on him, spend all the time with him, and it's super amazing. But seriously, like, we were on Medicaid and food stamps. I was a hairdresser. I thought, like, this is my career. I'm going to make a bunch of money. These hairdressers look super awesome, and they look like they're making the ball, you know, the dollars and all that kind of stuff. So I started the business because that was not what it was doing. I was not living the dream, and I started for just a little extra, like most of you guys, and honestly, it just blew up. I just kept being consistent, and it just blew up, and now we have so much financial freedom. Like, we are at home all the time with all 4 of our kids, which sometimes is fun, sometimes it's not. But it's amazing to have choices, and we literally have choices 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Love that. You guys, my name is Ashley. I'm from Lubbock, Texas. Oh, so many Lubbockites here. 8 years ago, life looked really different. I got a message on Facebook from a gal about fat patches and women up north that made 10 grand a month, and I was like, I want to do that. And so I joined this business. I jumped in after thinking, what if I could be that girl? And I jumped in. I went ambassador 7 months later, and I think what I love most, aside from making yearly income in 1 month, I think what I love most is the options, you guys. Like, you hear us up here and we talk about money, and all of that's amazing, but to be anybody that is made any kind of money in this company will tell you, it's not the money, it's what the money gives you, right? It's the freedom of time, it's the options to say yes, it's the options to say no, and that's what I appreciate the most. So thank you so much. It works for helping change my life. So let's talk duplication. Did I say something weird?
It's always funny.
Oh, thanks. Let's talk duplication. You guys, when you grasp this concept, you're going to make a lot of money. So ladies, why do you teach duplication? Why do you feel like duplication is so important in this business?
So first of all, you guys, let's do some math. I know some of us like to, some of us don't. So what is 0 plus 0?
0.
All right, exactly. First, you have to be your own rock star to even duplicate that. So if you are not enrolling, you will never duplicate nothing. So that's the first thing. The next thing is who wants to make $1 million? Okay, so if you want to make $1 million, you have to create residual income, which is only going to happen if you duplicate your business. And that's only going to happen if you create little versions of you by first being that rock star, you guys. And residual income is something where if I got sick and I could not pick up my phone, talk to anybody, if I was, in my deathbed for a whole month, something like that, I would still have a paycheck. That is residual income, something that you can
walk away from if you had to and you would still have that residual?
Love it. What about you, Jackie?
Okay, so my first question is, who in here is a mass enroller?
And I see you in the front row, Marwa.
Yeah, she's like me. And that is awesome. But here's the thing. Being a mass enroller, that can get you to Ruby, that can get you to Emerald, that can probably get you to Diamond. But to take your business beyond Diamond, double, triple, Prez, Ambassador, double Ambassador, Black Diamond, you need to teach people what you do. And so if you truly want to create that long-term, money, that long-term business money, you have to be able to duplicate your actions.
Love it. That is so good. So good. So good. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Thank you. Someone new. I think of duplication like multiplying myself. Like Christy said, I can send out 100 messages in a day, but if I have 100 people on my team sending out 100 messages, I have what? It was hard math for me too. That's 10,000 messages. I checked it though. It's 10,000 messages a day that would be going out, you guys. So think about that. Would you rather have 100 messages a day going out, or would you rather have 10,000 messages a day going out? Yes. This is the interactive portion of the program. And just so you know, it's really hot. We're sweaty. On a scale of 1 to oil spill, like how sweaty do I look up there? Some of y'all have looked just really oily. I've been nervous about that. Oh my gosh, am I oily? Am I? Okay, geez, I feel it. Here we go. So good, so good. All right, so Jackie, how do you duplicate action on your team?
Okay, so here's one of my favorite things that is really working right now for our team, and we call them Power Hour chats. And so this was a game changer. All right. Okay, so what they are is you can actually create a group chat link. So you create a group chat on Facebook Messenger, and you can actually share this link, through text, through Connect, on your team page. You can send this link out, and when people click the link, it enters them into this chat. And so what we have is Power Hour chat. So instead of everybody hopping on a Zoom or hopping on a live, they're in a chat where, myself or leaders on my team can input action steps for people to do. So not only are we just, we're not telling people what to do, we're showing them what to do. So the type of things that we're sending in there are, story ideas, how to make stories. You can actually, one of my favorite things to do is record a video of myself on my phone, just on my camera phone, send it in and say, okay guys, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go grow our network on Instagram. This is how we do that. I want you to go find a city, in a certain state or in a province, go find a business from that province that relates to you. Maybe it's a mom boutique if you're a mom. Maybe it's a university if you're a student.
It's a mom boutique.
It's a mom.
If you're a mom
boutique. A mom. M-U-M.
I love it.
Mom.
A mom boutique.
Mom.
Learned so many things from Canadians.
Mom. A.
Mom.
A. Okay.
I love it.
And we're sending in tasks, and what I love and what makes it duplicatable, which I didn't know was a word until we had to look it up, and someone told me that duplicatable wasn't a word, and it is. And people can go back to those chats, so the same work that you do one time can be looked at over and over and over again throughout whoever's in that chat.
That's perfect. I love that. Christy, you guys have something awesome. I'm kind of obsessed with this idea. You shared this the other day and had a little mind-blown situation. Loved it.
So how many of you guys do just totally get paralyzed by messaging? Okay, so I was listening to this personal development video, which is where you get all your ideas, and they were talking about the AMRAP method, and it's as many reps as possible, and it's technically for people who work out, but I was like, well, I can totally apply this. And so sometimes when people talk about power hours, I'm like, honestly, an hour when you have kids running around, that's a long time. That's a very long time. I'm like, these kids are already freaking out 20 minutes in. So I'm like, what if we could just maximize what we do in 30 minutes and we prevent ourselves from overthinking it? So as many reps as possible, what I do for my team is we get on for 30 minutes. I call it a Power 30. And we get on at the same time every night, and I give them one message, and we send out that message as many as we can in that 30 minutes, and then we post screenshots just to keep ourselves accountable. But what this does is it prevents you from overthinking it, right? Because if you're sitting on a power hour and people are like, okay, get 20 messages out, you're like, and the first one, and I'm super scared to send this out, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna send it, and then I'm gonna sit here and scroll my phone for 40 minutes. So this Power 30, it has been a game changer for my team because they're like, all right, I got 30 minutes, let's do this. We put on personal development and we just go crazy with it, and then they post screenshots, and it's amazing.
I love that. You guys, I hope you hear really quick. I'll tell you what, I know all of you have your phones out and you're pretending to listen and like you're taking notes, but you're not, and that's fine. We can still be friends. But if you'll just go ahead and jot down in the notes section really quickly of your phone, I just want you to ask yourself a very honest question, okay? Am I duplicating action steps? Am I duplicating action steps? Carrie is nodding her head so vigorously at me. I appreciate her for that because she gets it. If it's not an action step, what the heck are we doing, guys? What the heck? I know that some of you know what Disney princess you are on the BuzzFeed quiz. I do too, Ariel, clearly. But I'm just saying, you have to be very careful about your time and watching what you do. And if we're not duplicating the action steps, none of this matters. You're going to walk out of here and nothing is going to change in your business. And who wants to walk out of here and be the exact same person? I don't. I want to walk out of here better, right? So thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay. So, oh my gosh, we got to get moving. Jackie, how do you duplicate and raise up or rise up? I wasn't sure the correct grammar. Raise up or rise up new leaders.
Okay, so this is my number one tip is whenever you are at a stage in your business, whether you're on chapter 3, chapter 5, chapter 10, you have to remember that there are people coming into your organization that are starting on chapter 1. And so you need to bring it back to the basics. And so what I like to do is in our team page, in our chats, on my Zooms, anything where I'm connecting with my team, I just like to go over the basics literally once a month. So when you think that everybody in your team, on your team, knows what host to post is, well, whoopsie daisies, you don't. They don't. You have to bring it back to what is host to post. You have to bring it back to this is what host to post is, this is what a loyal customer is. And so it just allows people that are still on that chapter 1 to bring it back, you know, to what got you to where you are.
I love that. I love that. And Christy, you know, you're really good about helping duplicate, you know, not just distributor, not just executive Ruby, but beyond that. And so I would love to hear just some tips that you're working on to make that happen.
So how many of you guys have ever signed a distributor and you spend like 9 months following up with them and then you're like, okay, yay, on to the next one? Because I've done it. Don't lie. I know you guys all have. You always follow up, and then you're like, okay, now go, you know, like you help them get their first 4 customers, and then, you know, you peace out because you're on to the next one because we're focused on enrolling, which is what makes us money. But what makes you the big dollars is the follow through. Sorry, I don't know what happened to me. But there's a couple things that are going to help you with that. We've talked so much about relationships and stories. You can't just know your own story. You have to know their story. You have to spend just as much time with them and talking to them as you do before they sign, after they sign. It has to be both. You can't just peace out after that. Like a lot of people get to Ruby and then you're like, okay, now get to Diamond. But they don't know what to do that, or how to do that, I'm sorry. But I think the biggest thing to get people to Diamond and beyond is a relationship. Because when they struggle, they're going to come to you instead of disappear. It's not that people don't want the success of this business. It's not that they don't believe in it. It's that they don't believe in themselves. And you have to be pouring that belief into them. And the way that I am is if you're not calling me every day, if you're not texting me every day, I'm going to text you every day. I'm going to be in your inbox. I'm going to be on your phone just like I was before you signed. And that's going to create our relationship. And that's going to help them get to Diamond, to Double, because I have the skills to get there so I can help you get there. You guys all have some sort of upline, or you are yours. You have the personal development. You have everything to help people and yourself get to Diamond, to Double, all the way up to Ambassador.
I love that. So good.
So good.
My goodness, listen to you guys. Love it. Okay, you guys, I hope that the main thing that you take away is the power of one and how important that is. And I know you guys all just touched each other before, so I feel like that was a good enough visual. So one of the things that I feel like I have learned the most in this business, I'll be really honest and tell you that when I started, and my team will agree with this, I was about the money, period, end of story. I was like, friends, whatevs. Fun, I'm already fun enough. Freedom, what does that even mean? I live in America. I just was so like whatevs to all of it. And I wanted the paycheck, I wanted the paycheck. And the longer I have been in this, the more God has softened my heart and shown me that it is truly about the community. It is truly about the people and changing lives. I hope you hear that and know that. But I think one of the greatest things that we can do together collectively is to be able to go like this and go, oh my gosh, me too. Those are the two most powerful words in the human language, right? It's just, you, really? You? Me too. Oh my goodness. And so I have a little game. Yay! Y'all, it's not Flip Cup. I'm sorry. That one was taken. So to show that you're not alone, to show that, to show the kind of community we have in It Works, because I know there are so many people that this is your very first event. We have a little game. Have any of you played Never Have I Ever? Okay. Okay, everybody get real quiet. Have any of you ever played Never Have I Ever with me? See? It's a... Cody, don't worry. I'm not going to tell him your story about the cell phone. Okay? So... we would love for you to join us if you want to. Sometimes Never Have I Ever can get confusing because you're like, am I supposed to say that I have or that I haven't? We're going to make this easy on you, okay? If you have, I made us signs. They say, I have and never. So if you have, you're just going to raise your hand when we raise our hand. Is that cool? And if you don't want to participate, that's fine. I don't care. Never have I ever had an LC cancel. Oh, you have? Isn't that crazy? Hit somebody beside you and go, me too. See, doesn't that feel good? All right. Never have I ever grabbed Super Reds, Super Greens, Hydrate, Collagen, Ketones, Immunity, and shaken them up like a big trash can punch and hope for the best. Anybody else? You never have? You're missing out. Do you know what a trash can punch is? I'll tell you later. It's a good time. Okay, here we go. Never have I ever signed up a distributor, been super duper excited about them, and then had them ghost me and join the witness protection program the next day. Oh, hit somebody beside you, say, me too. Exactly. I don't know about this one, but this one may or may not have happened to someone I know named Smashley. Never have I ever stood up to do a rap party for an hour while a dog sniffed my crotch the entire time. Oh, hey, me too, me too. It happens to the best or the worst of us, however you want to look at it. Okay. Never have I ever looked at someone, now we're going to move to the serious portion of the program in case you need guidance and direction. I'll be your tour guide, okay? Never have I ever looked at someone's Facebook page and compared myself and then felt less than and really kind of crappy about myself after looking at their, okay, yeah. You can just like whisper to the person next to you, me too. It's embarrassing. Me too. Okay. Never have I ever been let down by a teammate and it's questioned my ability to lead. Yikes. That's it. That one stinks. That one hurts, right? Never have I ever felt like I am on my phone too much and experienced serious mom guilt or wife guilt or fiance or boyfriend guilt or at this point he might be an ex guilt. It's hard to say. I love you. She loves you. She loves you. She told me backstage. Okay. The mom guilt is real. We all know this. Never have I ever looked at my dream board and thought, dang, why am I even trying? That feels really, really far away. Yeah, I have. You guys, I want you to hear more than anything, and I heard it all weekend, and it was so good for my soul, how many people in this business are just going through the same stuff. Life is happening all through this business, right? It's not perfect. And so we have to continue to duplicate and work through it. But what I wanted you to know and hear more than anything is that you are not alone. So I want you to stand up really quick. You can say, you don't have to clap yet. You can clap in just a second because it'll be awkward if you have to clap twice. I've done it before. It's weird. Just focus, okay? So I know we've done a lot of touching. Everybody that is watching you on social media thinks you're in a cult anyway. So just go with me, right? We're all in a lime green cult, okay? But I want you to put your arm around the person next to you. Bailey, go grab Kyler. I see you over there. Come on. Put your arm around somebody. We're not going to sing Friends Are Friends Forever by Michael W. Smith circa 1984. Although that would have been really good. We could have done that. And seriously, you guys, just really quick, I want you to look at the person next to you on either side, and I want you to say, you are not alone. You are not alone. We're not alone. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, get back on your feet and make some noise for your First Lady of It Works, Cindy Pentecost.
Everybody, well, I get to come out and just share a little bit of my story. And so many of you are new that I hope that those of you who've heard a little bit of it before can take it back in freshly, and those of you who've never heard it before, just get a little inspiration from it. Because I think a lot of you think what you see now is what's always been, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I'm number 4 of 6 girls, and that's how I was always introduced when I was raised. She'd say, this is number 1, 2, and then I'd always, number 4. Number 4, and I was raised by a single mom, which taught me a lot about strength and courage. When I was 16, I met Mark in high school. When I was 18, I married him. Mark and I had similar dreams and different dreams. I had no idea the dreamer I was marrying. I think there's times when God just doesn't tell you what he's got in store, because even though it's been great, I may have ran away. But, you know, we are definitely not perfect people. We are like that verse that says jars of clay that are carrying this glorious treasure so that we can bring God glory through everything we say and everything we do, and that's what we try to do every day. We've made daily sacrifices to make our dreams come true. And for me, it was, I just wanted to be able to stay home with our kids. My mom was a working mom, and I had 1 year where she didn't work. And I remember that the memories I have from her being home when I came home from school, the field trips she took. So for me, that was a dream I really wanted. And for real, it was a sacrifice. So that some of y'all think we can relate with your story, we definitely can. So Mark's a teacher and a coach, and I'm a stay-home mom. We would spend $40 a month on groceries. Now you may think, how in the world did you do that? Well, my dad was a hunter and a fisher, and he filled our fridge with those kinds of things. Mark's parents, who are here today, who we love and who we treasure, would escort us to the canned goods sale at Spartan's, and we would fill the pantry with canned goods, and that would take care of the rest of the year. Vacations, they literally paid for a vacation that we took every summer. And garage sales, I was the queen of garage sales. I say all the time, our kids did not know that Fisher-Price humility, where you're coming from. Mark worked from sunup to sundown. He was gone from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And our kids were called gym rats because that's how they spent time with their dad. They'd go to the gym and they'd hang out and play. And I don't think that they have one bad memory of that. That's just what their parents were doing. I want to read you something because I believe it describes my story, and I know it describes yours too. In Psalm 139, this says, Lord, you know everything there is to know about me. You perceive every movement of my heart and soul. And you understand my every thought before it ever enters my mind. You're so intimately aware of me. You read my heart like an open book, and you know all the words I'm about to speak before I even start a sentence. You know every step I'll take before my journey even begins. You've gone into my future to prepare the way. And in kindness you follow behind me to spare me harm from my past. And then if you move forward just a few verses, it says, you formed me in my innermost being. You shaped my delicate inside, my intricate outside, and you wove them all together in my mother's womb. I thank you, God, for making me so mysteriously complex. Everything you do is marvelously breathtaking, and it simply amazes me to think about it. How thoroughly you know me, Lord. I want you to think about the fact that every one of our days has been ordained by God. God before one of them came to be. I had no idea. Again, I've watched inspire his team. I've seen him take kids that didn't have a lot of talent, and he found what was the good thing in each one of them and helped them raise up and have winning seasons. He never had a losing season. And he just finds a way to win because he looks for it. He looks and sees things that nobody else sees. And I think even in me, he saw in a shy girl who honestly would rather get lost in a crowd. But he saw me, and God helped him see me. He helped me see him, and he brought us together so that together we could become better. And I think, like Ashley said, we're better together. We're not in this alone. And I'm just excited that he's got something to share with you guys today. Again, more of our story. And I just want you to keep thinking about the fact that as much as our story has been written, this year I celebrated 60. And I literally look back and think, wow, 60 years. But I wonder, he's done this much so far. I have no idea what he's got in store. But I just know that because of his track record and what he has done with our life, because we've been open to say yes, we've walked by faith, not by sight. We've been willing to walk worthy of the calling we've received. I just want you guys to catch a little glimpse of that, and I believe because you've got the CEO you have, because I have the husband I have, because my children have the father they have, you all are going to be better for it. So would you please get on your feet and help me to welcome to the stage Mark Pentecost.
Bang, bang, won't stop till we're legends.
You guys ready to finish the day out? Now it's full. Hey, before I get started, I got to do something. Where's Breon? Breon, where are you? Right, come here for a minute. I need you for a second. They hate when I do something off script. So right now they're running around going, what is he doing? Hurry up, Breon, come on. Now, Breon right here, how you doing, buddy? He is representing all the men in the room where they went up as a couple to get an award, and the other spouse took all the time and they didn't get to say one word. So, Breon, you're representing not just yourself, but every man in here that it's happened to, which is about 94% of us. Today you didn't get to say anything, so here's a live mic. What is it that you wanted to say?
Thank you, Mark, for that. Appreciate it. So, Rachel did the whole minute talk for the ambassador speech, so thanks for thinking of me. But anyway, I want to just, first of all, thank you all for showing up each day, believing in us, giving us opportunities to dream big. We know you all be tired, you have life going on, but we never see that. And so, thank you for that. Fellas, appreciate your spouse, support them, back them up. It's a life-changing business, and we can dream big. So, thank you. You can be up here, you can get the mic late if let your wife speak and no. So, anything can happen. So, thank you.
So, for all the men in here, we say, Breon, good job! Woo! All right. So, you know, we've been here some Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and here we come to the end. And I'm always thinking to myself, what is it that we can say so that you can realize that you're really made for more? What is it can we say to get you dream even bigger? I mean, if I was up here talking about what I want you to remember me from, it would be that I encouraged you to always think bigger. You know, dream. I have so many people say, man, I quit dreaming. We talk about that. And then we talk about, if you got a good idea, I want it great. If you got a great idea, I want it legendary. I want it a whole nother level. And so what is it? I'm looking at each one of you right now. Are you ready to change your story, whatever it may be? So we've heard so many great stories today, and we're excited to launch our documentary this week. We've teased it through conference. It's the story of It Works. But you're a big part of that. You're a huge part of that. It's not worth it to just tell our story without you being a big part of that story. And I loved Ashley, did a great job with your group. I'm back there. Place was loud. I love that. I said, all right, she's got them ready. We don't have to start here to go to here. Now we're here, going to go up here, right? All right. So at conference this year, we encouraged you to be a game changer in 2019. And I truly believe you're made for more. But you got to believe that. And you got to believe you got to take sudden action. You can't just sit there and say, success, come find me. No, you got to be ready. And some of you weren't at conference. That's okay. We'll catch up. But we all set New Year's goals there. And let's think back a little bit. We got 101 days left in this year. So let's just do a little checkup. How are we doing? Have you dropped those pounds you wanted to? I got a few more I'm trying to do. I set a goal for this weekend. I missed it. And I know it's that late night popcorn, but I love popcorn late at night. Have you achieved that rank you wanted? Have you earned the extra $500 a month? Have you become the best version of yourself? You know, has your 2019 looked a lot like 2018? That's the problem that most of America has, the world has, is the year that you're excited, but it doesn't change. I hate the word normal. I hate that word more than any word that I know of. I hate when they say, well, that's normal. We don't want to be normal. Normal is like taking a test and you're average. We don't want to be average. We're made for more. And when you understand that, you can take it to a whole nother level. It's a philosophy you live by. You know, when you take game-changing action. I stole this from Mira. I showed it yesterday, but now I got it on a screen. I want to show you. This is on our Facebook page. I love this. It said, it's 6 months since I joined the gym and no progress. I'm going down there tomorrow in person to find out what's really going on. Now, how many have sponsored someone in their business and you feel like you've had this conversation with them? They're like, my business isn't working. You're like, you haven't showed up. You know, it's part of what's out there. It's sad, but it's so true. And I've been there. I've done that a few times myself. But I've gone to the gym, worked out, got home, looked in the mirror and went, ooh, you're looking good. That's probably good for this month. No, you got to be consistent. You got to be disciplined. The thing I'm realizing more than ever is the consistency with time. It takes discipline. It takes consistency, the right kind of action. You know, with 2019, it's not over. If you couldn't answer yes to some of those, we still got 101 days left. If we take action, we leave here. And that's what I'm looking at each one of you. Look, nudge the person next to you. Say, he's talking to you. Now nudge the other. Say, he's talking to you. Because I'm talking to each one of you. Each one of you have something that I know deep down you want to work on badly. Or if I said you could wave this magic wand, you could change it. But see, the magic wand is our opportunity. And what you do with this. And we all are at the same starting mark right now, no matter what your rank is. It's the action you're going to take when you leave here today. You see, it's a simple formula. If you spend too much time taking negative action, it's going to be a sad you. If you spend a lot of time with positive action, it's going to be a happy you over time. So kind of look around, see, is there a sad person or a happy person next to you right now? And think of yourself. If you're taking a selfie, is that a sad person or a happy person? Because it truly is, over time, what you're doing. I love being on the mountaintop, and we've had some great wins. We're up there. But, truthfully, we've been in the valley. What I've learned is it's the consistency over time that makes the difference. You know, your business isn't always here. Now, we like to tell you the great stories. And a lot of times, someone up here with their story is on the mountaintop. But what I like that you've heard the last few days is people telling their story and being very vulnerable to say it wasn't always here. You know, social is amazing because it's everyone's best day. Hey, you know, even though as soon as they off that picture, they're like, oh, what a crappy day. You know, and we think everyone's happy and you're the only one not. I said yesterday, and it's so true. When you have fear, fear leads to isolation. And that's bad. When we isolate ourselves, that's when the devil gets in there and starts going, yeah, you're the only loser I know in the whole world. You're the only one this happens to. But see, you guys, I commend you because you came here. You're around like-minded people right now. You've got people that are cheering you on. You got people that want you to be successful. And that's what's important, is not isolating. We conquer our fears by working together and go, yep, get behind me because I'm going this way. And, you know, Kyler and I were working on a project just recently. And we were going back and we were having to look up some dates. When did we move to Florida? When did we get the golf course? How'd the ranch come about? Okay, how'd that island thing happen? And what was amazing to me, you know, when I was teaching and coaching, I wasn't sitting there dreaming, someday I'm going to own an island, run around with just Cindy and I all alone on that island. I didn't have that. I tell people, we built our dream house like 3 times. We built what we thought was our dream house, so excited, and then we had a new dream, a new goal, and all there was something else. The last one in Michigan, you know, I said, honey, I know we'll never get our money out of this, but let's build it for, you know, let's put a steam room in here. We got a sauna. Let's do. And then before we were finished, we got the idea to come to Florida. And we're like, what about the dream house? I'm like, I don't know. That is living where you go to a whole nother level. We thought this was huge and thinking big. What you're thinking right now for your life where you're at is great. But I'm telling you, if you live in that, you keep doing consistent things, being positive, over time, you're like, hey, that's not as big a dream as I thought. I'm ready for this level. I'm ready for this level. And it is a whole nother level. I want you to live your lives like that. I want you going, hey, I'm excited where I am. I just went presidential. I worked so hard. I'm so excited. But I know what Mark says. There's a whole nother level. You know, when you buy that you've paid off all your debt, and you're like, now that's a whole nother level. And, you know, I'm not opposed to big cars, big houses. I like them when they're done in order. You pay off all your debt, and then it's a whole nother level. So let's talk for a second what was needed to achieve some of those dreams. You know, for us, when I realized what I wanted to do with It Works, we moved the company to Florida. I had people all around me going, what are you doing? You're going to lose half your staff. That's a terrible move. We made the move down here. You know, and it was cool seeing the people up here getting their rings, because a lot of them were here. We started, when we first moved down here at the golf course, we ran green carpets every month. And there's people here that were here every month. I know Tina and Bubba were there others? Give me a little yell if you were here for those early green carpets. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It was a commitment, but it built up that muscle to dream bigger and to realize this could work. Because you'd go back with your normal life and they would tell you that's not normal, and you're like, I don't want to be normal. And we took it to another level. So today, I want you dreaming bigger. You know, we brought that team to Florida. It was funny, I was telling some people in the office, and Mike said, wasn't that when you met me, when it went to a whole nother level? And then I was talking to Chris Brand, who runs all our special projects, and Chris goes, hey, that's when you met me. And I'm laughing because it truly was putting a great team together. It was putting that team together and having people with the same vision of where we wanted to go. Now, I'm telling you, the great thing is there's some things we've done that are pretty big. But I feel like we haven't even got started yet. I would tell you a few, but it would scare Cindy, and I want to just kind of drip it on her slowly what I'm thinking of next. Is she in here, back in here? Oh, she is. Hey, baby. Thanks for introducing me. I love you. High school sweethearts. Woo! But hey, we're not settling. We got world domination to go. When we decided we were no longer going to focus on what was, but focus on what could be. Now think about that. You come in here, you might say, but Mark, you don't understand. This has happened to me, or this is where I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what can be. You've heard enough stories this weekend of people that have been, and it's just amazing what they've accomplished. And it's like breaking a 4-minute mile. They've done it for us to know that it's possible now, and you can do it. So we're not going to get caught up in the past. So much of our stories are written about our past. I want you today thinking about the potential in the future and where we can take this right now. You know, we just gave rings for the last 10 years. I'm wondering who in this room is going to get rings 10 years from now. I'm definitely not done yet. I don't want you done yet. You know, I'm waiting for my great friend in the back to get caught up. Good. Thank you. They do that just to see if I'm listening to them, because I kind of go off on my own thing here. But, you know, I gave a word. I gave a word as we came in this week. And, you know, we ended last year with reinvent yourself. I believe every company, people, you're always having to reinvent yourself. Things are changing. You know, you had taxis, now you have Uber. You know, you had hotels, and you had Airbnb. I mean, things just keep changing. Social, digital, changing so quick, so fast. And so you've really got to be ready and changing. And we did. We reinvented ourselves. I can't remember what they said, 26 new products this year. It used to take us 12 months to do one product. And that was the norm. If I went into a meeting and said, hey, I want to do 2 products this year, they'd go, hey, 12 months. You know, special ops was maybe 9 months. We've done 26 this year. And that is amazing to me. And I was explaining the word I had for this weekend. Came to me, and the word was reload. See, I used sports examples. I don't want to use that again because I've said that name too many times, that team, and I'm not that fond of that team up there. You know, yeah, I knew someone would remember it. But, you know, there are teams in every sport that they seem to never rebuild. They just reload and keep winning. And then there's other teams that just can't get it right, and they're rebuilding all the time. I'm from Detroit. Right now, we're reloading all the time. I mean, we're rebuilding. I would love to reload. But here's what I want you taken from this weekend. There's no business that has to go through things and they have to reload. It might be in your strategy. It might be in the people you're working with, that you're always having to think, reinvent yourself and reload. So right now I want you thinking wherever you're at. Let's say you're trying to get to Ruby. And the people that you've brought into your business aren't getting you there. You know what you have to do? You have to reload. You may have to go find some other people. That's okay. You know, some are like, I sponsored a couple. This is a sad person. I sponsored some people. They're not doing, okay. Go find some happy people. Reload. It's okay. Maybe you're trying to get to Diamond. Bart keeps saying that's a license to make money. Let's go to Diamond. And if your team's not getting there, then you have to reload. If you're ambassador and you're like, I want to go to 2.0 ambassador, you're going to have to reload. I want that to be part of your mentality. Here at Works, we don't rebuild. We don't retreat. That's part of a whole nother level. When you say, I've hit a ceiling, how do I bust through? Reload. Let's take it to another level. Let's have an attitude. We can be happy and still have an attitude. And it's discipline, it's being consistent over time, and you'll get there. I think too many times I've, thought of only the mountaintops. And I don't always enjoy the valleys, even though it's funny because in the valleys is where the lush grass is. I have a farm, a ranch now, and in the valleys is where the best grass grows. Sometimes on the mountaintops it's barren and it doesn't grow as well there. So I hate this about life, but when you're in the valley is probably when you grow the most. I'd rather be on the mountaintop, but the valley you grow. And in the valley sometimes you have to reload. So wherever you're at right now, I want you to just think it in your mind for a moment. What's your goal? Where are you leaving? I want you to rank up for one. I want you to take back to your team. And I was just talking backstage. We sold out the tickets. And so we went to the stream. And there are thousands of people on the stream right now. So I have not said welcome to you guys. But great job that you've taken a Saturday and you stayed with us. And I want you to know wherever you're at, whether you couldn't get a ticket here or for whatever reason you couldn't travel here, you too can reload. And you take everything you've heard today. Let that be fuel. Let it be what will take you to that next level. Because we've been talking about stories. So let's bring it back for a minute. You're the author of your story. No matter what anyone's offended you, anyone's made you bad, treated you wrong, you are the author. You got the pen in your hand right now. You're in charge. I'm giving you permission. You are in charge of your life. What is it that you need to do to maybe rewrite some of the pages of your unwritten story. Now, let's think about that for a second. I just said, write the pages of your unwritten story. I'm talking about what's going to happen in the future. And if it wasn't for this weekend, you may have been on this path that you didn't change. But I'm telling you, you can change. And you've got the pen to write your story going forward. The story that hasn't been written yet. What's it going to look like? Take just a second. I want you thinking about no more. If there's been junk, no more. It's out of here. There's been people offended you, man, let them be in your past. That's not your future. I'm telling you right now, I always tell people, I can tell success by who you surround yourself with. And if you've been surrounding yourself with some people that aren't helping you grow, pick someone here today. There's great people here today. I'll get this quote wrong, but it made me laugh. I think it was Juliana that said it, but it said something like, you'll have to go look. I'll mess it up, but it's all right, because I'll just say it the way I want to say it, and then you won't know the difference anyway. But it said, God is so dope, he didn't put you here to be average. I thought, isn't that true? I had to look up dope, make sure I was in. No, I'm kidding you. But God isn't dope. He didn't make mistakes. He put us here to be a great success. And so when you leave today, we got some missions we're going to do. A lot of times we'll have a big promotion that we're just really going. But this time, we're finishing this year. There's a lot of things on that plate for us right now. We've got Costa Rica for whoever wants to be there. And I truly believe the next 2 weeks it's going to be who's hungry and wants it. And it could be a mover and shaker. We've got rank ups that people are finishing off from when you got in and you had 6 months. We got people fighting for those things. We're about to announce something really cool that I want everyone to hang out together. So you got stuff in front of you to get after. But what I really want you to get after is yourself and your unwritten story and what you want going forward. I always talk about a few rules that help me. I'm always reading. I'm always trying to get better. And these are 6 mindsets that I use that I want you to think about to move forward. Number 1, this is a big one for me. I always think differently and uniquely. As soon as I hear, well, everyone is doing, it's like a flashing light goes off, goes, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. If everyone's going this way, I go this way. And those that have been with me in business for a while know that. They'll say, Mark, everyone's doing this, why aren't we? Hey, what about? And yet over time, they'll look and go, that's a pretty good move. We did the opposite. So think differently, think uniquely. And if you don't think good, President Doug's here, right here. I was going to give, I like the saying, I wish I'd said it, but Doug actually said it. Doug said, I tell him about if you don't think good, you shouldn't be spinning too long. Doug said, so what you're saying is if you don't think good, don't think too long. I said, that's brilliant. If you're not thinking positive, if you're not saying things in your mind to push you to the next level, don't think about that very long. Get it out of there. Number 2, embrace the renewing of your thoughts. You should be constantly looking for ways to refresh and new thoughts. It can be reading, YouTube, social media, just talking to a good friend, but you've got to embrace it, and then you've got to go after constantly pursuing new thoughts, new ways. 3 is have the capacity for greatness. We said you're made for more. You can be great. You're made for that. I want you to believe that you can accomplish big goals. Sometimes you're like, how can I think big when I'm just trying to put grocery on my table? I'm telling you, it comes in steps, but it'll come if you stay focused and you keep dreaming big. When other people are around or not believing, that's okay. It's you that's writing your story. So make sure, dream big. And then I'd say even bigger. When we take you to the island or we take you to the office, we're doing that so that you'll go, wow, you're right. I'm not dreaming big enough. Anyone had that thought this weekend? I'm not dreaming big enough? Good. I want you today writing what you're going to dream bigger and where you're headed. And then risk. Risk is a part of the success story, of the success formula. It takes risk. When we moved to Florida and people were saying, bad move, bad move. It could have been. But that risk took us to a whole nother level. When I left teaching, I'll never forget. I went to college, be a teacher. I taught and coached 16 years. When I left, there still was a voice back in my head that said, oh, this could be a big mistake. You know, you've done 4 years of college, you're supposed to stay in your profession. And the month after I left was the first time in like 2 years our money went down. And I was like, oh no, what'd I do? You're going to say Mark wasn't a good provider for his family, he was a failure. And then 2 months later, it like tripled because we took risk and we stayed focused, we did positive things and stayed disciplined over time. That's what leads. So you got to take risk. Wherever you're at today, man, you can't get in a boat and hold on to shore. You got to push off. So today I want you to push off. And then this one's something I've been talking about you more, but you got to connect the pathway from your mind to your heart. I think great energy. Who do I like around me? People with energy. People that make me laugh. People that are always thinking of something positive. Why? Because it's contagious. If you want to build your business, you know, I've never seen someone sponsor someone else and say, hey, Steph, how you doing? I got a business. You probably don't want any part of it. I need to sponsor someone. It costs money. Got to pay for the products each month. So far, anyone I signed up's failed. What do you think? Okay, well, I tried another one. It didn't work. No, man, you got to be like, hey, and I've heard this from some of our leaders this week. I'm so excited. I don't even know I'm doing stuff. I'm just excited about it. And let's give it a few months. Heck, let's give it 6 months. If it works, awesome. If not, we'll do it together. I don't even know what I'm doing, but come on, sign up. Let's go together. Let's go. You got to have that energy. You got to have that excitement. And then let people know, because I'm telling you, energy is contagious. And then always remember to think bigger. Focus your thoughts and your actions on the win. Losing is not an option. You may have wanted to do it in the first week and it takes a month. You may want to do it in the first month and it took a year. I heard people that were presidential and it took them 2.5 years to go ambassador. But they stayed in the game and they keep working. You know the difference in some of these leaders here? They're not afraid to put it out there. They're not afraid to say, I want to be in the top 10. I want to be number 1. You know, I look at it and I just grin. Some of you text me quietly like, hey, Coach, what's my number? And I love to aggravate. I'll say, I can't tell you. Or I'll say, oh, you don't want to know. But they all have something in common. They want that next level. I say that all the time. Steph would tell me, I'm going to be number 1. She wasn't even close to 1 when she started telling me that. Marwa's been telling me that now. I'm going to be number 1. I'm going to be number 1. I got some people tell me I'm going to be number 2. And I think they're doing that because that old commercial used to be, we're number 2, but we try harder. So I think it's kind of, you know, they got a strategy. They really want 1. But you got to put it out there. Right now, just stand there and look at me. Everyone's doing their own thing, so no one's listening. If you're thinking, I can't do it because some of my, they're all doing, when I say go, just say what it is that you're going after in these next few months. Just say it out loud. I take my grandson. Christy thinks I'm nuts. I am nuts. But I take my grandson. He's 18 months. Is he 18 months? And I always go over, pick him up, open the door, and I yell, William Mark's the greatest kid in the world. And he looks at me and grins big. And then I'll yell, Papa and William Mark are buddies for life. And I'm just shouting it out because I want him to hear it. And now I'll open the door and he'll go, ah, 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 ah. And I don't know what that means, but I know it's good. So this is what I want from you right now. I don't care who's around you. They're not listening. They're yelling too. If they're not, they should be. So I just want you to think for a second what it is you want. If it's more time at home, if it's a rank, if it's pay off your debt, if it's to live a life where nobody's controlling you, if it's freedom, if it's to work full time here and control your time, think about it for a second. And I'm going to go 3 and I want you to yell it out. Are you ready? Don't be shy. Some of you, if you're by my leaders, you better have some space because they're not shy. They're just going to start jumping and yelling. But here we go. One thing. Ready? When I say 3. 3! Hey, didn't that feel good? How many was too embarrassed to say a word? All right, good, good. Hey, it felt so good. Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna yell one this time. You guys ready? On three. Three. Greatest team in the world. I'm taking you to a whole nother level. All right. So my question is, what are you putting out there? What positive thoughts and actions are you going to take to finish 101 days strong for 2019? What story are you writing? Your story is part of our story. We're going to do it together. We're going to lock arms. We can write it together. We're going to fill it with friendships. We're going to fill it with freedom. The freedom to take positive action today. No more are we going to say, I should have done more. You're going to do more after today. And then we're going to fill it with, what's that other F word? Money. Fun. 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 Oh, that's my team. Hey. Thank you. All right, team. You know these guys are always looking for fun. Woo! All right, Mike. They're ready, Pam. Give me 5 on that. Tammy, what's in your cup? Yeah, okay. All right. So, we said we're going to announce about one of our contests right now.
Yeah. We did. But first, I got to, Joe, I'm sorry. I know you want this fanny pack. I know you want it.
You're going to get it, Joel. I made a promise.
You know what?
What?
Are you guys ready to find out about this incentive trip?
Hey, this group's writing a whole new story. They're not afraid. They just did the crazy thing I do all the time, every one of my grandkids. I just yell outside because they're awesome. And when you're driving home today, I want all of Bradenton to go, just roll your window down and go on, I'm going to Ambassador! I'm debt free! They're going to be wondering, what happened over there? But who was on their list to go to the resort in the contest we've been announcing about to earn your way there?
Well, let's remember the beginning of the year, right?
Okay.
We've done a lot of things this year, right? We've done some bonuses. We simplified the compensation plan. How many of y'all took advantage of that?
A lot of them.
Right? And we've been hearing you. We've been listening. We've launched new products. How many of you have taken advantage of purchasing some of the new products? Right? As we come into this time of year, a lot of you guys have been emailing the company. You've been talking to the leadership. You've been talking to us. You're like, man, we need an incentive trip. We want to work towards something. So this time of year, it's great for that. So, this time of year, we've done bonuses already. We've done compensation. So this incentive trip, we gave you a 21-day head start. So I want to know, are you ready to find out where we're going?
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level.
All right, this is going to be a lot of fun. We always do things. We like to hang out. We like to be by the fire together at night. We like to share ideas and dream big. So what we have done is we have bought out one of Florida's Margaritaville resorts.
No, not now. It was working just fine. Let's hope that the load doesn't last forever. Okay. Oops. Wow, you guys. Okay, let me try to log in from my phone and share it. Hopefully we don't miss everything.
The guy holding on to him. Ew.
Is anybody listening on another device?
I can switch it. Let me see.
No, I'm just wondering if anybody's listening, so we know what we're missing.
I know, that's why I'm trying to get back on so I can listen, because I was depending on this thing going.
Well, I'm signing in right now to share it from my phone, since Melissa's computer froze up by now.
See, this one.
It was fine the whole time. No one's acting. Okay, log in. Oh, damn, I don't even know if I can do share screen if she's doing share screen. It's not going to let me because she left her share screen on.
Oh, crap.
Okay, we might have to just like hop off and hop back on if it does that. Because, okay, let's see. Live events. Wow, why is it doing this?
Joel Dunn was filming it. I think he was doing it live. From the
Joel Dunn is live?
There.
Joel Dunn is live?
Yeah.
So you think? Okay, let's try to go to his page then so we don't waste time.
Because he's doing it from the floor, but I don't know if it's still on. Meantime, I'm going to look on my, see if I can open it up.
Well, it doesn't let me share on yours because it says I put in all your information again. I already did that, so I don't know why it's doing that.
No, it kept doing that to me too. I had to keep putting my information. Oh, I'm in. Okay. Let me get this going. Oh, come on. Don't start now.
There it is.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
Joel Dunn is live. Go to his page on Facebook. You guys. Go to Joel Dunn's page on Facebook. He's live right now. Actually, let me try to do. Shit. Let's see. Okay, so go to Joel Dunn's page on Facebook, okay? I'm going to end this meeting.